Before you pack up, move overseas with your kids, please watch this video. I did exactly that, thinking I would go to Vietnam to save money. It costed me financially, but ended up putting me $10,000 in debt, damaging my credit score that I worked years to build. I'm not telling this story to discourage anyone from going overseas because I know that's like dreams for everyone at some point in life. But I'm telling you guys this story because nobody talks about the risk. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea and I want to thank you for clicking on this video. For years, I maintained a 740 credit score. I was always very careful with my finances. Like I was the type of person that didn't want to go get a brand new car because I was scared like at some point I might not be able to pay for it. And then guess what? My credit score is going to go down. So I was just one of them people. So to be in this situation right now and not have a brand new car is crazy, y'all. I made about $3,500 when I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. My rent was over $1,000. Grocery bill was right at $1,000. Life insurance was like $350 a month. And then I had utilities and other bills on top of that. So when I started watching YouTube videos of places to live overseas, Vietnam kept popping up because everybody kept talking about how cheap it was to live there. So on this journey of me doing my research, it took probably like a good 6 months to convince me just based off videos. It wasn't like, okay, I watched one video and just based off that one video, I jumped up and moved overseas because in my previous YouTube video, people were saying, why would you jump up and move overseas just off of one video? No, it was multiple videos. And my plan was very, very simple. Move to Vietnam, save money, pay off debt, and come back to the U.S. in a better situation financially than I left. But since I didn't visit before moving to Vietnam and only relied on YouTube videos, I wasn't aware that people who make these type of videos only have one goal, and that's to get you to click on their video. So they're gonna say whatever to make it sound good just so they can get your view. Reality hit me quick when I got to Vietnam. For example, before I moved to Vietnam, I wasn't aware that foreigners couldn't stay in certain areas. So my second month in Ho Chi Minh City, I ended up getting an Airbnb in a particular area that I got kicked out of because the Airbnb host didn't tell me that our passports need to be registered in 72 hours. And not just that, but you had to go through the proper channels to get approval before you even can rent this Airbnb because this is a residential area. This particular Airbnb was around $860 a month. So that was a financial loss for me. I had already paid that. Now I got to find another Airbnb. Ended up finding another Airbnb, but it took Airbnb like 2 months to give me that money back. So I started like finding myself in situations. Mind y'all, I told y'all I only had $3,500 a month coming in when I moved over there. And honestly, the problems just kept getting worse and worse and worse as time went on. My card ended up getting scammed for like thousands at a time on 2 occasions. That was a major setback. So when that happened, I had to rely on a firm. Y'all, when I tell you, I owe a firm like $5,000 right now. I'm giving myself 3 to 4 months to pay this off. I told y'all before I left Jacksonville, I was only making $3,500 a month. So for medical, which was another big bill of mine, I ended up having to take out a $5,000 loan that I just paid off last month. I paid off the rest of it. It was like $1,700 that I owed. Went ahead and got that out the way so I don't have to worry about that moving forward. That's why I chose to go stay in the cheapest hotel that I could find just so I can pay the rest of that loan off because I didn't want to fall too far behind. I thought I was doing good. My credit score was dropping, but it wasn't dropping like it just dropped this past month. So I'm just grateful that I was able to get into this apartment before my credit score got too low because I know some apartment complexes require you to have a certain credit score in order to move in. And the worst part of it all, it affected my credit score. I had a 740, y'all, for years, and now it dropped because of late payments. I tell y'all, these past 3 months been rough. These past 3 months been rough. Me coming back to the U.S. alone after I got scammed that last time and had to rely on somebody to pay for my flights, which was $3,500. But I paid that person back immediately once I landed in the U.S. and went to Neighbor Federal and got my new car. But I'm just saying, this has been a major loss. And I just want to tell y'all, please, please, please be careful. Make sure you actually can afford to go over there before you just jump up and go over there. I met so many families throughout this past year of being in Vietnam that's basically stranded over there. It's not that they don't have money to live while they're over there. They have money to survive, but they just can't get back. One particular family, husband, wife, 5 kids. They've been in Vietnam for 5 years, and she's basically the breadwinner. She want to come back to the U.S., but she just don't have enough money. I can only imagine how much she's paying because I only had 2 kids, but to be able to support 5 kids, and then you got to support yourself and your husband, y'all, that's just a lot. I asked her why her husband won't go back home, stay with a family member, rent a room or something, get a job and save up and help her and her kids get back home because they have family that they can stay with for a month or 2 until they can find their own place and get situated. but the husband don't want to do that. Mind you, the husband don't have no income coming in. So that's just got to be a tough situation, you know, to be in, knowing you want to go back home, but you can't go back home because you can't afford to go back home. I was spending $515 every 90 days on visa runs. So I can only imagine how much she's spending for a family of 7. I just pray things get better for her and also get better for the other people that I met. And at some point they can come back to the U.S. I'm telling y'all, they're stronger than me, because I would have been with the immigration, told them people my situation, tell them trying to get back home, and asked to be deported. That's what I would have done. But I know it's not that easy, and I'm sure it comes with consequences, you know, going that route. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Mind y'all, there's so many people over there that's in the country illegally. So it takes for them to get into a car accident or something seriously to happen, for it to be exposed on social media. And now, you know, you basically in a bind where you're asking people for money to help you with your medical bills and also to help you get back home. Do not move overseas without at least $15,000 to $20,000 saved. I'm not talking about the money that you got coming in every month. I'm literally talking about your savings account. Because I had money coming in every month, but I ain't had no savings account. Had all this stuff happened, I would have had my savings account to fall on. Wouldn't have been in debt. Could have just came back to the U.S., got my own place to stay, got a car, and moved forward. I'm just sharing my story just so people can go visit first, so they don't just jump up and move over there like I did. If you're thinking about moving abroad, please make sure your plan is solid, whether you're moving with kids or you solo traveling. Because I saw so many solo travelers that were homeless, y'all. But I know a lot of people don't have the funds to get back home, but you want to make sure your ducks are in a row when things go wrong. But that sums up today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.